So today I've decided to rebuild Man United, and you know what? A lot has happened since we last rebuilt them. Man United finished 15th. We lost the final to Spurs. Amorim's hair has been fixed. And Rashford, he actually left. He came back and then he left again. So a lot's happened. And yeah, also we signed Dorgu and Heaven in January. So it's actually been a really long time since that video. So it feels like the right time to do a realistic rebuild. And thanks to live start points, we are starting at the end of this season. So the start of the new season. So the start of like the 25-26 season, if that makes sense. And so first things first, let's sort out the contracts. Tyler Fredrickson, someone I like at Man United. He's a bit old, but he's not bad. I'm going to give him a new contract. Plus, Johnny Evans left. Tom Heaton stayed. In this, I think they've got him retiring. That's a shame. I would have liked to keep Tom Heaton. But then, yeah, in real life, the rest all left on a free. So I don't usually use the youth academy for a realistic rebuild, but I really like Sekou Kone, and he's not in the game, unfortunately. So we're going to try and find a centre mid from Mali, and hopefully we'll find someone that fits the bill. We will have to see. So in real life, Man United signed him, Bryan Mbeumo. He is going to play in the right 10. Paid a lot of money for him in real life, about 70 mil. He's going to get the number 19 probably. We're going to change that. But I love this signing. 20 goals and 8 assists last season. Overperformed his expected goals. Hopefully he can do the same. And straight away, we are going to retrain him to play in that right 10. It's going to take him a little while, but hopefully he'll adapt to it. And of course, Matthias Cunha, who was our first signing of the window, he comes in as well. Very familiar with that left 10 position. And I think he's really going to flourish in Amorim's system. Played a similar system in Wolves. And we got him for a bit cheaper on the game, but obviously he cost about 62.5 million. And of course, we can't forget young Diego Leon. He joined back in January, but officially moved. He comes in at 66 rated. His physical should actually be a lot higher in the game because he's actually quite big for an 18-year-old. But another one that's going to need retraining position. We're going to make him a left mid. Only going to take him 4 weeks, so we'll see how he manages to cope. And we've also got sales. Obviously, Garnacho expressed his need to move away from Man United. Him and Amorim's relationship started to get a bit choppy. He wanted to stay in the Prem, so we've decided not to loan out Dangle. Well, we have, but we actually decided that Garnacho is going to Fulham. So he's going to London. Sure, he's going to love it there, but he is no longer a United player. So with everybody fit, new signings of Cunha and Mbeumo, I do think this is the team that Amorim's probably going to go with. Maybe we'll see Xerxes instead of Højlund. Maybe we'll even see Chido Obi at some times, but I think for the most part, that is going to be the team. But if it was up to me, and let's assume we don't have any more transfers to make, I would say I would rather do this. After seeing us draw against Leeds in our first preseason game, I feel like we need energy in the middle. Kobe and Ugarte could be the two midfielders with Mbeumo, Cunha and Bruno. Maybe Mbeumo and Cunha rotate, but I think that probably is the better formation to go with. Højlund doesn't have much of a future, I don't think. Xerxes I like, but I'm not sure he's the style of striker we'd want. So it is a bit of a tough one. And apparently in this, Lissandro is fit and healthy. Otherwise, it probably would be like Mazraoui, Yoro and De Ligt like that. I'm assuming, hopefully, that this transfer window, we get rid of the likes of Sancho, Garnacho, maybe even Anthony to free up some space. So Onana is an interesting one. He probably played quite a big part in Mbeumo coming to United with the Cameroonian link there. We did see pictures and stuff of them hanging out together. Also, I don't feel like there's much of a future for this guy at Man United. So I'm going to take it upon myself to list him for transfer. We're going to keep Onana, but I'm actually going to bring in a new keeper, and it's probably not who you think. So it's true. We've been linked with Emi Martinez for a lot of the summer, but do I really see him coming in? Probably not. Probably going to be quite expensive. A bit cheaper though is Sene Lamens. Now he's quite big, 6'4", really good shot stopper. Still young, so might not replace Onana straight away, but definitely one for the future. And I think we could bring him in for about 20 million. So there you go. He joins from Royal Antwerp, 21.5 in the end. Not a bad sign in that. Maybe some games we even start him. But you know what? To keep this even more realistic, we probably won't even sell Bryan Mbeumo. So let's list him out on loan instead. And this is another troublesome player that we've managed to get rid of, Jadon Sancho. Now, Amorim did have a press conference and say that if we can't sell players for the right price, then they won't leave, which is very interesting. But in this case, we've managed to get rid of Sancho, as well as Joe Hugill off to Bolton. I don't think he has much of a future. But Sancho, out of the bids we got, I thought Napoli could be the most realistic. He's probably going to end up going out on loan again, but we'll see. I mean, we have to hope. Now, we do have a few expiring contracts, and I say a few, we have loads. Now, I do think Casemiro, in real life, he's on 300k. They'll let him walk. Maguire's on a big wage as well, but I do think him around the dressing room, he'll probably take a pay cut as well, seeing as I can't imagine many like Saudi club going in for Harry Maguire. I don't really see it. So I'm going to give him maybe another year or two. Let's see what he wants. Okay, so we've triggered a 1-year deal. So his contract actually expires the end of next year. And I might just let him walk for free, to be honest, if we can't sell him at the end of next year. But the team is definitely coming together. One big issue, though, is that players are playing out of position. Now, I think for this season, I'm going to play with Casemiro, Cunha, and Xerxes, I think. And Mbeumo still needs some time to retrain, as does Casemiro. Ahmad should be soon done. And Mazraoui probably will need a bit of time as well. Could start Lamens. I think I just like the look of that more than Onana. We'll see what happens though. So Dorgu's ready to change position. I think he went up in his rating, so that's really nice. And so is Bruno. He is now playing centre mid full time. So hopefully that works out for him. Obviously his defending and physical, I mean, look away. It doesn't look great. Let's maybe put him on a training plan. And I think this is going to happen in real life. Maybe not to FC Basel, but Harry Amas is going to go out on loan. Managed to get rid of Malacia. He's off to Bologna for 4 million. I think that's an appropriate fee. And we're seeing Anthony leave as well. Someone who I actually wouldn't mind if we gave a chance to this season. Maybe playing in at right wing back. He's got the work rate for it. Maybe he's got the confidence now as well. Who knows? Could be useful in cup games as well. Maybe as a right 10. Give Mbeumo a break. But he is off. This time he is off to Real Sociedad, not Real Betis. But we had to keep it real. Haha. And Rashford is off. In real life, he went to Barcelona, of course. In FIFA World, he's actually off to Real Madrid. So again at Spain, but the other big Spanish club. And he's off for a year. They've got a 20 million option to buy. Let's see if they trigger it. Who knows? We've also got Ahmad now playing as a wing back. I think that's going to be an interesting story to follow throughout the season. Plus, he's going to be linking up with Mbeumo. So very interesting to see how that works out. I hope it works out. We will have to see. So Bryan Mbeumo has been loaned out to Wolves. So this is someone that Amorim's apparently been impressed with on the tour. I'm actually going to put him out on loan, Ethan Williams. Maybe he'll end up being a good player for us. But for now, he's going out on loan. And looking at the squad, I think the appropriate goal for the season should be a top half finish. I'm not even going to pressure them to get European football because realistically, the team's still not great. But as a United fan, I want European football. If that comes for a trophy and a top half finish, then sure. I still think there is a reason we finished 15th last season. We've got rid of a lot of players. As you can see, the likes of Garnacho, Sancho, Anthony, and even Rashford leaving. It has left us with a lot of shoes to fill. So we're going to need to bring in more players. But realistically, I can't see Man United bringing in many more players other than the Mbeumo and Cunha deals. Obviously, I've signed Lamens here as well. We could do it for centre mid, so I will be on the lookout for one. But if not, then we'll just see how it goes for the season. And you know what? This feels like quite a smart signing. So United probably won't make this signing in real life. I know we're trying to keep it realistic, but we have been linked with Javi Guerra. I think he's got a release clause, but he's also only got a year left on his deal. So it's probably just so he can get more money on his deal. United's being brought up. But I actually think he'd quite suit Amorim type midfielder. He's mobile. He's quite tall. So United did say they want an athletic midfielder In terms of play styles, he's got aerial, flair, long ball pass, incisive pass. He's known to be quite good at pressing. He's really quite an all-round player, so he can also play striker, so you never know. I mean, we've bought him. Hopefully he works out good. Let's go to January and see where we're at. So we've reached January and we have decided to loan out a few players. First of all is Cheeto. I think this could happen in real life. If Højlund and Xerxes stay, they probably will play most of the minutes, especially as we're not in Europe. So Cheeto's off on loan and he's actually off to Inter Miami. So he's going to learn from the GOAT, I guess. Let's see. And we're also loaning out Toby Collier. With us signing Javi Guerra, he wasn't getting much play time. He is off to Genk for the rest of the season. And you know what? We're not signing any more players in January. I think this is actually a decent window so far. Let's get to the end of the season. And the only other transfer is Luke Shaw. He's finally leaving. Didn't actually think someone would pay actual money for him, but they did. And that was Wolves. They paid us 15 million for Luke Shaw, so thank you very much. Let's now get to the end of the season before they realize what they've done. Okay, so we've reached the end of the season and we're not in the bottom 7 and we're actually in the top half, which is great to see. Man United, okay, we finished 7th. You know what? I feel like that kind of feels realistic now. Man City won the league by a lot. They actually only lost 1 game, which is crazy. Liverpool dropped to 5th. I can't really see that happening. But otherwise, I think that works. A big gap, though, between us and Newcastle. 13 points separated us. So definitely some way to go. But I'll take that as progress. The FA Cup, The FA Cup was won by Huddersfield. Feels like that was a competition we probably could have won. We lost in the quarters to Leicester. Wow, that feels like a missed opportunity. The Carabao Cup went to Man City, so they got the double. And we'll have a look at the Champions League. That was won by Barcelona 3-1. That being said, I know we finished 7th. Will we end up in the Conference League or will we not? I actually have no idea these days. If we get European football, great. If we don't, I actually wouldn't mind it. Now, in terms of stats, Bryan Mbeumo led the way. 21 goals and 3 assists. Very nice. 16 in the league is great. You know what? Højlund, a bit of redemption. His best Premier League season yet. And was scoring goals in the FA Cup too. 17 in total. Bruno doing what Bruno does. 12 and 13. As well as Cunha chipping in as well. 12 and 11. Didn't expect that from Mount, but he picked up 5 goals. We saw some good growth from Kobe. He's up to an 80. Lenny Yoro as well. Patrick Dorgu up to 74. Love to see it. And new signing Javi Guerra is up to an 80. So he's going to get a bit more playtime next year. And guys, have a look at this. Golden Boot went to Erling Haaland with 40 league goals. That is ridiculous. Bryan Mbeumo finished in 12th with his 16. And assists, Bruno and Cunha managed to crack the top 5. But it was Martinelli, interestingly enough, finishing top of the assists. And for clean sheets, Ederson just led the way, 16. Crazy. So I think this will be the lineup heading into the next season. Let's let the project continue. And so interestingly enough, Real Madrid did pay the release clause. So Rashford has left for 20 million. Okay guys, so we do find ourselves in the Conference League, which means we're going to have a bit of depth this season. So let's have a look at the team. He is off to Nice. A bit of money laundering there maybe. 6.5 million. We'll take it. So season 2, I reckon this is what the starting lineup will be. Obviously, Dorgu could be higher rated, but I want to keep it realistic. I think Dorgu's going to stay playing that left wing back position. Ahmad as well at right wing back. 2 areas of the squad I think will definitely be improved, especially if Amorim makes it to, I guess, his second full season, which I kind of doubt he will, but hopefully he does. I think Man United will definitely look to sign a proper striker. And even though Guerra is a good signing, I think they'd want a bit more of an experienced midfielder, especially as Casemiro has now left the club. Especially because we let Casemiro walk for free, I think they're going to want a more experienced midfielder. I feel like Lisandro Martinez, his fitness is always going to be a bit of a question. So I wouldn't mind signing maybe even a young centre-back. I think what we really need to focus on is our second unit. Because as you can see, when we rotate the team, especially for those Thursday nights, we are looking dire. So I will say I don't mind the defense as such. With Aiden Heaven, I think he's got a lot of potential. Agatier and Mainu, I don't mind. But we're playing Xerxes at the 10. Chido Obi in at striker. I think he needs another loan, to be honest. I don't even like playing Dallo. I think we need to sell him. I don't think Amorim will sell him, but for my own peace of mind, we are going to sell him. And then Diego Leon's growing nicely, so I don't mind it. Mason Mount, the jury's still out. So I think if we can get a backup 10, that would be fantastic. Maybe we'll even move Kobe into a 10. I don't know. We've got a lot of things to decide, but let's try and bring in that striker and that centre mid. Now, we've managed to pull off a big signing. It is Benjamin Šeško. Now, he is currently at Leipzig and he is linked with a move away. Now, apparently, right now, if he is to move, it is apparently Newcastle, with Isak going to Liverpool. But as you've seen all summer, Newcastle have struggled to get their transfer targets, and this one we are taking away from them. Benjamin Šeško, welcome to United. I'm going to give him the number 9 because we actually managed to pull off a bit of a deal here. We spent 70 million on him, but we've got Rasmus Højlund going the other way. And he comes in at 86 overall, guys. He's 6'5", he's absolutely massive. And he is the perfect striker for Amorim's system. Pace, power, exactly what we want to see. And let the Amorim era truly begin. We are signing our first ex-Sporting player. Knows the Amorim system off by heart. Martin Hjulmand, absolute leader as well. Fits in with the team as well. Another Danish player. I guess he replaces Højlund. But Dorgu's still there. And 67 million is the price. A lot of money to pay, but he is a premium midfielder. And hopefully he's going to help us get to Champions League football. So right now, we're looking good for Champions League football. It's him and Bruno in the middle. The only thing I would say, we do need to improve a bit of the depth. Maybe a young attacking midfielder and someone to back up Ahmad, because right now it's either Mazraoui and Dallo, and I still don't love them for those positions. In fact, I want to move Dallo on, hopefully. And so we've let Dallo go. He's off to Spurs for 25 million. Don't mind it, but we are going to need to sign a backup right wing back. Now, we did say we wanted a bit of backup. And this kid, he actually performed really well in the Club World Cup. And that is Rodrigo Moura. Now, he is probably the perfect number 10. One for the future. Plays at Porto. In this, we've got him from Midtjylland. 20 million. And definitely bags of potential. He joins the team at 19. He's 76 overall. Really good play styles. Really good dribbling. Definitely one to keep an eye out on. Now, this signing may come as a bit of a surprise to you. Probably someone you've not heard of before. He's Brazilian. Name's Hefte. If you're a Rangers fan, you know who he is. Really, really good left back. But you are probably wondering, why on earth have you signed another left back? We're actually going to retrain him to play right mid. So, you know how Amorim likes to use inverted wing backs? That's exactly what we're going to have him doing. As you can see, his dribbling is pretty decent. Pace is electric. Good physicals as well. We're going to make him a right mid, and he's going to be back up to Ahmad. And with those two new signings, I think we have just about enough to compete in both the Premier League and the Conference League. Let me know what you guys think about the signings in the comments. And guys, don't forget to hit subscribe. Let's go to January and let's see how we're doing. Okay, so don't forget, we did have our Sekou Kone regen, if you want to call it that. Well, managed to scout Brahim Salami. He is 63 overall. He's about the same height. He's got good dribbling and decent pace. Physical could be a bit better. Defending could be a bit better. So similar to Sekou Kone, we are going to promote him and we're going to loan him out and see how he does. So this is the transfer business we've done so far. In January, we're not going to do anything. We've signed a few players already. Šeško, Hjulmand, Moura, Hefte. So spent more than enough money. We've also loaned out a few players, the likes of Sekou Kone. He is off, as well as Harry Amas has gone to Everton, Ethan Williams, Toby Collier, Ethan Wheatley. All players that we probably could make use of in the future. Hopefully they do grow a bit. But I must say, guys, Amorim might actually be onto something. We are third. I cannot believe it. We're only 2 points off the top. We've lost 3 games. We've scored 35 goals, only conceded 19. We're actually looking decent. And in the Conference League, we are sitting second. We've won 5 and drawn once. So that is very good. I wonder who's getting the goals for us. Oh, wow. It is none other than Bryan Mbeumo. He's got 19 goals and we're only in January. What a signing this could turn out to be. I mean, as a United fan, I'm getting excited. Šeško as well, 10 goals, doing way better than Højlund, I'm sure. And then Bruno doing what Bruno does. Cunha contributing as well. How about Lissandro with 5 assists? Honestly, this is very exciting stuff. Was hoping Ahmad will grow a bit better. He's only 82 rated. But bring on the end of the season, maybe we're going to get some silverware. Who knows? So we've reached the end of the season. Let's have a look at where we are in the standings. Now, top half finish, which is good. Okay. This is definitely improvement. So we've cracked the top 4. No way, right? No way. Oh my word, guys. We have won the league. I cannot believe it. In Amorim's second full season, we've won the league and we won it by 8 points. That is very crazy. I wonder what happened there. Oh, man. We scored 74 goals, 39 goals allowed. One of the best defenses in the league. Chelsea had a better one, but you know what? We just must have scraped some wins. That is fantastic, guys. We've already hit the goal of winning the Premier League. I'm stunned. So I wonder how we did in the other competitions. FA Cup. Oh, we actually lost in the FA Cup final to Liverpool 2-0. Bit disappointed with that, but I mean, we won the league. Carabao Cup went to Chelsea. We lost to Chelsea, so that's fair enough. Now, we were in the Conference League. We finished second in the league table. That is a very nice start. So straight into the round of 16, where we beat Sturm Graz 4-0 on aggregate. Quarterfinal, we beat AZ Alkmaar 5-2 on aggregate. The semis, we beat Victoria Pleasant 4-1. A chance for revenge for ex-United boss Jose Mourinho. Are we going to win the Conference League? Oh, man. Mourinho destroyed us 3-1. I mean, a bit disappointed with that, but I mean, we won the league. So that is great. We're in the Champions League next year. Let's see if we can complete the ultimate goal of winning the Champions League. But let's have a look at the player stats and see who was carrying us. And a look at the player stats, and Mbeumo has had another great season. 30 goals and 6 assists, 16 in the league. It's a shame he didn't win player of the season. That went to Heartland, but I mean, what a season, what a signing as well. Benjamin Šeško, 24 goals. I mean, Højlund had nothing on him. Bruno Fernandes and Cunha providing loads of goals, loads of assists. Hjulmand as well showing up. Matthijs de Ligt, an unlikely goal scorer too. Lissandro with the assists. Everyone seems to be doing well. And the squad appears to be growing. One player that didn't grow was Patrick Dorgu. And honestly, if that happens in real life, we probably will just sign a left back. Also, Lamens didn't go up as much as I would have hoped. I would have hoped that he took over Onana by now. So a few things to bear in mind for the new season. But it's all good stuff, man. We won the Prem. But a bit of a sad note. Big H, Harry Maguire, is retiring at the end of the season. I mean, we are going to need to sign a new centre-back. Probably an English one as well. We haven't signed too many English players in this rebuild. So to keep the homegrown stuff all sorted, we'll probably sign a new English centre-back. And I did want to take a look at some of our loan players. Toby Collier, he's one we'll keep around, but I don't think he's got much of a future. Ethan Williams went up by 2. Chido Obi went up by 2. Ethan Wheatley's now 75 overall, so you never know. I don't think he's got much of a future at United in real life, but in the game he does seem good. And our Seke Kone, regen, Brahim Salami is only gone up +2. He'll probably need another loan. And honestly, I can't believe that we were Premier League champions. Could have been so much more as well. And those two signings, Hjulmand and Šeško, have really made the difference this season. And guys, imagine if Amorim can achieve this in his second full season. Imagine how crazy that would be. Now, it does feel a bit unrealistic if I'm being honest, but as a United fan, I'm loving it. let's head into the next season. So we're into season number 3, and as you can see, we've got some contract issues. Sam Mather, honestly, I think if he was still at the club, he'd be released. Tyler Fredrickson, I'm not sure he's got much of a future. We'll give him one more loan, see how he does. Vitek, I think he's going to be our backup keeper. Onana's got 1 year left on his deal. I'm actually just going to sell him. I mean, I feel like in real life, he will get sold at some point. Mazraoui is a good squad player, so I don't mind keeping him, giving him a new deal. And Ethan Wheatley seems to be pretty good, so we'll keep him as well. Maybe another season and he'll be better than Xerxes, so you never know. Vitek, I don't mind keeping around. Same goes for Collier and Fredrickson. We'll just throw them new deals and we'll have a look at the rest of the squad. So this is what the team is looking like. I actually don't think there's much needed. The front three is great. Ahmad is starting to grow a bit more. Dorgu does seem to have plateaued, so I think I'm going to get him alone. And do we start Diego Leon or do we bring in a new left mid? Maybe we bring in an older, more experienced left mid and we'll get Dorgu out on loan. Leon seems to be growing at the club, so I'm happy with that. And when it comes to the squad depth, I actually think we look all right, to be fair. Obviously, we need a new centre-back because right now it's Heaven, Fredrickson and Mazraoui. That is not good enough. But once we bring in that new centre-back, I'd be confident of us playing Champions League football. So Onana is finally leaving. He is off to Bournemouth for 17.5 million. Does leave us just with Lamens and Vitek, contemplating whether or not we should bring in a new keeper. We shall see. So we need a bit of a Maguire replacement. Did say English centre-back. We are going for Ezri Konsa. And we've managed to bring him in. A swap deal's been done. Ethan Wheatley's gone the other way. Ollie Watkins had recently left the club, so thought it made sense. We've saved a lot of money. We have loads of money, but we're not going to spend it. So Konsa comes in, brings a bit of experience. Obviously homegrown, 83 overall, great. And yeah, he's going to provide us with a lot of depth. And our next signing is Leif Davis. He found himself at Toulouse. We are bringing him in for 20 million. With Dorgu about to go out on loan, he is going to be the starting left wing back. I'm hoping he's going to be able to retrain as a left mid, but as you can see, he's got really good pace, really good passing. Dribbling could be a bit better, but he's got whipped pass as a play style, so going to be very useful for us. And it will take him a month to retrain to be a left mid, so that is perfect. So we managed to complete our summer business. We signed Leif Davis and Ezri Konsa. We're not bringing in a keeper, and we have loaned out a few young players like Dorgu, Collier, Chido, and obviously we sold Andre Onana. So this is what the team's going to be looking like going into the season. We've also got Lisandro. When he's fit, he can play. Him and Yoro can rotate. So let's sim to the end of the season, and let's have a look at how we do. Okay, so we've made it to the end of the season. Have we gone back to back? I've seen a loss to Fulham there, so hopefully, I don't know. Wait, what? Sorry, how? We went from winning the league to finishing 9th. Did we have an injury crisis or something? How has that happened? Is Man City that's won the league? I'm lost for words. We finished 9th, so no European football. That's such a United thing to do, isn't it? That is crazy. Did we win any competitions? Well, not off to a good start because we lost on penalties to Liverpool in the Community Shield. Spurs won another trophy. They beat Brentford in the FA Cup final. We were nowhere to be seen. We actually lost to Spurs, so unbelievable. The Carabao Cup, okay, we did win a trophy. That's not so bad. So actually, we will be in either the Conference or the Europa League next year. So at least that's one positive. We did get one trophy. And then the Champions League. Okay, it's not a bad start. We finished 6th. So that is automatic place in the round of 16. Where... Okay. We lost to AC Milan. You hate to see it. And they were actually eventual winners. They beat PSG in the final. So I guess it's not too bad. But honestly, a very disappointing season. I'm almost scared to check the player stats. Okay, so you know what? The player stats are a lot more positive. Benjamin Šeško scored 35 goals for the season. That's fantastic. 17 in the league. And Mbeumo keeps up his scoring. He's up to 89 now. Not far off a 90. 26 goals on the season. Then Bruno, Cunha doing their thing. Hjulmand got quite a few goals as well. Kobe only played 12 games. I'm not too happy about that. Maybe he's going to need a loan or something. I'm not too sure. A very quiet season from Ahmad. Only 3 goal involvements in about 50 games. A lot better from Leif Davis. He got 6 assists. Was hoping that he'd grow. He's actually stayed the same, which isn't too ideal. As for a few of our loan players, Fredrickson went up. Obi went up. Sekou Kone regen went up. Ethan Williams has grown as well. Patrick Dorgu's still at 75 rated, which is very disappointing. And Harry Amas is now 70 rated. He played quite a few games for Everton. That's not too bad to see. And we have a few transfers. Mazraoui, he's off to Barcelona for about 26 million. And Collier actually had a buy option, so he's off to Ipswich. Don't mind it though, he's not the highest rated player. Probably wasn't going to play much anyway. Okay, so into season number 4. I actually think we should keep the team relatively the same, to be honest. I might loan out Kobe because I feel like he needs to grow a bit. Mason Mount is being sold for sure. And you know what? Dorgu actually came back 77 overall, so he did jump up a bit. So I think this time we'll loan out Diego Leon. But ultimately, I don't want to make too many changes to a team that probably should have done a lot better last season. I think the main question around this team is Lamens. He's kind of stuck at 82 right now. I feel like maybe if I loan him out, I feel like maybe we could sign a experienced keeper and have him as the backup until he kind of pulls his socks up and starts to perform again. So it feels like we've been kind of flirting with the transfer for a long time, and it's now or never basically in terms of pulling the trigger. Emi Martinez, I don't really love you, to be honest, in real life, but for the sake of the rebuild, you're our new number 1. Please don't disappoint. We only spent 8 million on him or whatever, so it should be okay. And hopefully actually put some pressure on Lamens to perform. He's still 86 overall. He's about 35, 36 now, so he might start to regress at some point. But for now, we'll see how he does. Could have signed him for like 4 million as well. That's crazy. I can't believe our back 4 basically still looks the same. Now with Lisandro turning 30, I do think we could have a higher rated centre-back. I'm thinking ex-Sporting, maybe Diamande, maybe Inacio. We'll have a look at what their ratings are looking like, and we'll probably sign one of them. And we've made another sell. Ugarte wasn't really fitting the team. 21 million, he's gone to Leeds. And Kobe wanted a loan. He is off to Inter Milan for the year. Hopefully we'll pick up a bit more experience there. Mason Mount has been sold after long last. He's gone to Stade Rennais. We only managed to get 15 million for him, but we will take it. Now, this is a bit of a sad one. As you can see, captain of the club, Bruno Fernandes, is leaving. You're probably wondering why, but let's be honest. If Man United don't get Champions League football, one of the best players in the world in his position at this point, he's about 32 as well now, approaching 33. When PSG come knocking for 120 so million, you can't really say no, if we're trying to keep this realistic, of course. So Bruno Fernandes, he is off to PSG for big money. So right now it's going to be Hjulmand and Javi Guerra, but I think we are going to sign a new centre mid. Still happy with Leif Davis and Dorgu rotating on the left, and Ahmad and Hefte rotating on the right. Moura's going to get a lot more game time this year in place of either Mbeumo or Cunha, so that's really nice. And then we've still got the likes of Fredrickson and Konsa, but we have loaned out Aiden Heaven, and it's so funny to see that Lamens has gone up since we brought in Martinez. That's all he needed really. And Xerxes still in and around the team, as is Chido Obi. So let's bring in a couple players and let's sim to the end of the season. Now, first signing is an absolute dream signing for 82 million as well. It's not a bad price. Carlos Baleba is joining the squad, and he's only 24. We will need to retrain him to play in centre mid, but him and Hjulmand, I mean, who's getting past that duo? And we've got some new numbers. Lenny Yoro's now number 3, Ahmad is number 7, and Baleba is number 8. It is going to take him 331 weeks to retrain as a centre mid, so I think we'll keep him CDM for now. Hopefully one day he'll grow to be a centre mid. And we're also reinvesting the Bruno Fernandes money. This guy has been linked with Man United for forever. 100 million is the fee. And 90 rated Ronald Araujo. He's 29, he's in his prime. He is surely going to help us stop conceding goals. So those are the transfers completed. This is what the team's looking like. I mean, it's a good team. Was hoping Lenny Yoro grew a bit quicker. But I think naturally him and Martinez will end up swapping as time goes by. But I think it's a very good starting lineup. A decent second unit as well. Let's get to the end of the season and let's see how we do. And so we have reached the end of the season. Well, I'm hoping, looks like we do have a top half finish, which is great. In terms of those getting relegated, it is Middlesbrough, Leicester and Burnley. But we are in the top 4, so maybe we've won the league again. We're not 4th, we are 3rd. Okay. Oh, we lost a lot of games. 11 games lost, 3 draws, 24 wins. And it is Liverpool winning the league yet again. That is a little bit annoying. In terms of goals, though, we scored loads of goals. I'll be excited to see what the stats are looking like. We did concede a few, but not that many either. Obviously, Liverpool had a really good defensive record. I'm just surprised we lost so many games. As for the FA Cup, Spurs managed to win the FA Cup, beating Leeds, but don't even see us. We lost to Spurs. We always lose to the eventual winners, which is always interesting. I guess that's the best way to lose, if you are to lose. Carabao Cup, okay, maybe we haven't won a trophy this season. Man City won the Carabao Cup against Chelsea. Again, we are nowhere to be seen. Like, we got knocked out first round pretty much. Round 2, okay, nice. And then I think we were in the Conference League and we clearly didn't win that. So, we lost on penalties. We lost on penalties to Freiburg. That's really disappointing. The Champions League is between Real Madrid and PSG. We're not going to hang around to see who won that. Let's just go straight to the stats. And another really big season for Benjamin Šeško. 26 goals in the league. I'd be keen to know if he was the league top goal scorer. That would be a first for this particular video. We also have Hjulman, so he really stepped up after Bruno left. He scored 23 goals and 15 assists. And how about Matthias Cunha as well? 22 goals, 20 assists. And Mbeumo, I'm not sure he's had less than a 20-goal season, honestly. And Diego Leon on loan went crazy in the Conference League. I'm shocked he hasn't gone up. He scored 6 goals in 7 games. That's crazy. And Ronald Araujo, what a guy. 90 rated. Matthias de Ligt 86. And Rodrigo Mora, I thought he'd get a bit more game time. Only 3 goals and 2 assists. Leif Davis, 2 goals and 4. Did Dorgu get playtime? He did. He scored. Well, sorry, he didn't score. He played 20 games. +1 there. Lamens +1 as well. Xerxes holding on. He's literally only played 3 games. And Sekou Kone regen. Played 1 game, went up by 1. He should have probably been on loan. And Harry Amas is up to 72 as well. Chido Obi up to 74. Love to see it. And Ethan Williams up to 73. So we're looking good. Kobe didn't improve. That's a little bit annoying. But I think that's decent. If you notice, Lissandro is not there anymore. I think someone must have paid his release clause. That is fine. Because I have to say, I do really like what we've built. Let's do one more season. And let's see if we can make it to the Champions League. I may even just start Dorgu here. So we've kept a lot of the core players from Amorim's era. So here we are into the final season, guys. This is what the team is looking like. I am very excited to see how we do. I actually don't want to sign any players. I just want to see how this team manages to do. We already won the league. It would be great to get a Champions League run going. We got Kobe and the rest back from loan. I'm not even going to loan them out. Let's just go straight into the season and see where we finish. So guys, we have made it to the final game of the season, and as you can see, we are tied on points. I can't believe we could potentially win the league with 70 points. That is ridiculous, but so it is. So we are currently first, and if we win and Man City win, as long as we don't like win by 1-0 and Man City win by like 5, then we do win the league. So pretty straightforward. Going down is Southampton, Ipswich and Leeds. And the top 5, Wolves have cracked the top 5. Pretty interesting. terms of the FA Cup, that has gone to Newcastle, winning more silverware. Carabao Cup, we lost in the final, really. It really could be a season without silverware. Let's have a look at the champs. So league phase, we actually finished top, which is nice. Takes us into the round of 16, where we beat Leverkusen 3-2 on aggregate, which is great. Into the quarters, wait, what? So we were winning and then we lost 3-0. What a bottle job. So we lost in the quarters to RSC Anderlecht. And it looks like it is PSG versus Leipzig in the final. I wonder how Højlund's doing these days. And it's another huge season for both Benjamin Šeško and Hjulmand. Hjulmand's now 91 rated, which is crazy. He managed to pick up 24 goals and 17 assists. 34 goals for Šeško. We still got one more game left, which we will see how that goes. It could be another season of 20 goals for Mbeumo. We shall see. But a lot of 90 rated players. Ahmad's up to an 86. De Ligt's up to an 88. Leif Davis didn't move. Maybe not the best of signings. Kobe hasn't moved either. Beleba, he did get injured. I did see that during the season. So he only played 30 games. Emi Martinez is our second choice now. I'm guessing Lamens is first choice. Only the 9 clean sheets. Okay, so this is pretty much the team we're going to use for the final game of the season. We're up against the Ipswich team that has already been relegated. So let's just hopefully get the win. Man City are playing West Ham away. So I feel like they've got the tougher job there. West Ham are 13th at the moment. They could really drop though. So let's see. Let's see how it goes. A win here secures us the title. We win 3-1. Cunha, Šeško, and then Mbeumo. Guys, what a rebuild that's been. I can't lie. I've thoroughly enjoyed that. And if by 2030, Amorim's managed to pick up 2 trophies, 2 Premier League titles, that is fantastic. We obviously won a few cups on the way. No Champions League, unfortunately. But Man United don't win the Champions League very often. And guys, we do have some awards. Ethan Williams wins the award for most growth of the rebuild. He went from a 63 overall. He's now 75. That is plus 12. So shout out to him. Player of the rebuild goes to Bryan Mbeumo. He actually got 20 goals every single season for 5 seasons. Finished with 118, 28 assists, 146 goal involvements. It's about a goal involvement every 2 games. You love to see it. And top goal scorer of the rebuild went to Benjamin Šeško. In his 238 games for the club, he scored 126. Managed to get 27 assists as well. He actually had the best GA per game of any of the players. And assist leader went to Matthias Cunha. He managed to rack up 57 assists. You may think if Bruno stayed for the last 2 seasons, maybe it would be Bruno. He was only 16 assists behind him. But great stats from Cunha. And finally, signing of the rebuild, I've given it to Morten Hjulmand. Reason why: he stepped up after Bruno left. He actually managed to pick up 109 goal involvements in his 4 seasons from centre mid. So very, very impressive stats. Let me know your favourite player of the rebuild, and if you have enjoyed this rebuild, be sure to leave a like. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Let me know which team you would like me to rebuild next. I think I'm going to do more of these types of rebuilds. Let me know what you think in the comments. But guys, I'll catch you again next time.